What's going on, everybody? Dave here, and today I'm going to do something a little different, for this channel at least, and I'm going to talk to you about a book. No, not a TTRPG source book or published adventure, but not a novel either. The book I want to talk about is The Monsters Know What They're Doing by Keith Ammann. It's a great resource all DMs should use. I hear you out there saying, I know about this book, it's old. And that's fine. I only recently heard about it, and I want to sing its praises so others like me who haven't heard about it before may hear of it now. For any who haven't heard of it, the book gives ways to run D&D 5th edition monsters in tactical ways that both make sense and make combat challenging for your players. In the book, Keith Ammann breaks down monster stat blocks and determines what kind of attackers they would be based on their ability scores and labels them things such as ambusher, brute, sniper, and so on. He also looks at their abilities and action options and determines their best options in combat. If a creature has flyby, it's going to fly in and out because it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. More importantly for me, he breaks down the math to determine which actions are most beneficial in combat. I'm not bad at math, I just don't care to do the equations that determine expected damage based on hit probability and damage output and number of attacks and whether or not you're rolling with advantage and so on and so forth. Amon does it for you with every monster where it's needed. Then he tells you which action and which order is optimal for the monster. What's that you're saying? The book is outdated? It's for 5th edition and everyone is playing 5.5 these days? First off, that's debatable. Secondly, OG 5e and 5.5 are compatible. You can use either version of the monsters in your game. In fact, it may be cool to switch between which version you use to keep your players on their toes. And thirdly, tertiarily? Spellcheck didn't flag that word, so it must be an actual word. You can use what he says about the 5th edition monsters and apply it to other monsters. When to fight, when to flee, when to use certain spells or natural abilities applies to monsters from other sources, whether they are the monsters from the 5.5 monster manual, a third party tome or grimoire, or even your own homebrewed monsters. In fact, you can use the tactics Amon discusses in this book while designing your own monsters. Want a brute creature? Take what he defines as a brute creature and apply that template to your monster. Same with a skirmisher or any other label he's put on monsters. Unfortunately, you're going to have to do the math if you want to know optimal actions for the highest expected damage output, but hey, you can't win them all. Now, I don't agree with everything he says, so you don't have to take the book as gospel, but that doesn't mean it isn't still a great resource. There are certain tactics described that I don't think make sense, even some that to me go against what he has already set up as tactical, but this is all opinion, and I wouldn't have had that opinion if this book didn't teach me how to think tactically in the first place. Amon seems to think a creature with high intelligence can read PC ability scores. I think that would have more to do with insight and therefore wisdom, but that could be me splitting hairs. But then again, isn't that what this hobby is partially about? If it wasn't, would we still have rules lawyers? Everything said, I think this is a great resource. Keith Ammann has other books, including a reworking of these monsters using their 5.5 stat blocks, and I intend to read not just that one when it comes out, but also all the other ones that are already published. I know this is something a little different for this channel, so let me know what you think. Should I keep doing book reviews? Maybe some D&D or other TTRPG novel reviews, or other GM toolkit type book reviews, or just stick to what I've been doing. Either way, drop your answer in the comments. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and share it with any dungeon master you know who could use a little help spicing up their combat. Subscribe for more videos, maybe like this, maybe not, if the response isn't good. And as always, have a great rest of your day.